solemnly swear that I am up to no good. What are 31 colleges of Cambridge? Isn't it just Cambridge University? Well, these are 31 different castles where students live but don't study. Imagine these are the houses of Harry Potter, but instead of 4, we have 31. I asked students from all 31 colleges to show us around their castles. We will visit the library, the formal hall, the student rooms, and all of the other hidden places. Hi and welcome to Sidney Sussex College, one of the colleges of the University of Cambridge. And Lisa has kindly agreed to show us around her college. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Tell me something interesting about your college.
So Sydney was founded on St Valentine's Day in 1596, and one of our most famous alumni is Oliver Cromwell.
So his head is somewhere around?
Yes, his head is actually buried in the chapel. We don't know where exactly because it's secret, but it is there.
This makes me think about Harry Potter, where they do have this ghost of Nearly Headless Nick. So you have the actually headless Oliver Cromwell here.
Yes, except that it's the head without the Oliver.
That's a bit creepy. All right, and how would you describe your college in 3 words?
So for me, Sydney is central, close-knit, and very different.
Let's start the tour.
So this is our crest in Sydney, and this is our lovely porcupine. I think porcupines are very underrated in general. So Oliver Cromwell was admitted to Sydney in 1616, and he studied here until 1617. He had to leave very abruptly, probably because of his father's death, but we don't know this for sure. Later on, he would become the Lord Protector of the Commonwealth. However, at the end of his life, when he died, he was later beheaded, and his head was moved to Sidney Sussex in 1960. Well, my friends who are currently singing in the chapel say that his ghosts do not interrupt any of the performances. Our choir is another thing that brings lots of Sydney students together. A lot of my students sing in the choir. It's absolutely beautiful, and one of the really nice things is that our choir goes on tours every single year, and recent destinations include Malaysia, Rome, Singapore, and East and West Coast of the US. This is Cloister, one of our oldest accommodation blocks in Sydney. We're very proud of the fact that all of our undergraduate students are guaranteed accommodation, and accommodation blocks are very different, so there's no one single type Sydney room, and that's what makes college very varied and different. So Cloister has very large rooms with large bay windows and fireplaces that are not functioning for fire safety, but they look stunning. Also, we have some more modern accommodation blocks. They have bathrooms inside the rooms, large kitchens, so anything that could suit your taste.
What a lovely formal hall.
I know, I absolutely love it. It's done in a beautiful Rococo style. And here you can see our founders, Lady Frances Sidney, the Countess of Sussex. Lots of people mistake her for Queen Elizabeth I. I imagine it's because they lived in the same period, and a lot of women would like to be portrayed in a similar way, like the Queen. And here also we can see Oliver Cromwell.
This is really like Harry Potter. And are there many formals happening here?
Yes, so we have formals 3 times a week, every week, on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays.
Mm-hmm. And are the gowns required?
Yes, they're required. Sydney is the oldest with newer colleges and the newest one of the older colleges, so we get a beautiful mix of tradition and also kind of this close-knit, modern, more informal style. So this means that for dining halls and formal halls, we need to wear smart clothes. So it's usually suits for men and more dressy attire for women, but we do have to wear gowns on top of that. So I kind of like this, and this is our master's table. Yeah, students can sit here during graduation, and also sometimes our student union gets to sit here as well.
You know, Lisa.
Sure.
I remember when I was shooting Downing in college before, I was told exactly the same thing, that Downing
Of course.
is the oldest of the new ones and the
Yes.
newest of the old ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is right then?
So my friend, my dear friend is in Downing. I love it very much. I've been there many times for formal. So for little history geeks out there, Downing was found more than 200 years later after Sydney. But all these qualifications about new and old colleges is of course very informal, and there are no hard and fast rules about which college is the newest of the old and the oldest of the new. So it's more informal. We love each other with Downing. I imagine they both share a lot of the same characteristics, and I think we can both have this lovely nickname.
I agree.
Next to us is our Sydney bar. Sydney bar is very popular with Sydney students. It's one of the only student-run bars in Cambridge, which makes it really nice, generally for, well, two things. Firstly, you can apply to be in the bar committee, so it's a nice income stream for you throughout the week. You'll be just very easy job serving fellow students some bar drinks, and it's a really nice way to socialize. Usually after attending formal, we all go to Sid bar and just spend some more time together. And also it makes drinks very cheap, so it's a win-win for both us and the college. Here's our library. So the library is actually on the first two floors of this building. The other two are student accommodation. We have a separate law library for law students, but of course everybody can study there, and most likely we all will be studying there as well. The only reason why it's a law library is because all of the law books are concentrated in one room. The library is great. Our librarian constantly messages us saying, if you need any books, please let me know, we'll order some more. So it's a lovely place. There are students studying there at the moment, so we probably shouldn't go in, but I can show you a little bit of this hall. This is a beautiful staircase, a little bit dedicated to our sports teams. Sports is also a very big part of Sydney life. In fact, we have probably every society you can imagine, or if you can find something that nobody else can think of, you can always set up your own society. So student societies are great. We have budget dedicated from the Sydney Student Union, and it's a great way to meet friends and to try something more informal setting before you go on to play with university, for example. I absolutely love our gardens. Despite a very central, convenient location, Sydney Street can be very, very busy. But thanks to the gardens, as soon as you enter college, all of my friends say this, it becomes very peaceful and very conducive to just studying relaxation. So we absolutely love to spend time here. And Sydney gardens are actually quite large compared to what most people think. This is also one of the things my friends always notice whenever I take them to formals. Knox shower room is the interview where admissions interviews are conducted in pre-pandemic times, and now as well. This is also the room where we hold society dinners or any of we invite speakers, events like this. It's really beautiful, it's spacious, and society fairs are also conducted here. Another unique thing about Sydney is that we have a series of lectures called Sydney Grades. They're conducted during term time, and the idea is that we invite speakers to introduce and talk to us about concepts that we're taking for granted as if we know them without usually doing a lot of exploration. So, for example, we had a very interesting lecture on dictatorship and democracy, and this is where I found out that democracy is not actually a point, it's rather a spectrum, and there are democracies that are considered flawed by standards of other democracies. So, for example, UK is a liberal democracy, but the chances are it may be considered flawed by Swiss standards. So yeah, different countries have different democratic models, and I just found it really interesting to know.
Mischief managed. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tour. Watch other 30 colleges tour on my channel, and in the end you will have a bonus tour around a hidden college of Cambridge.